Isaiah, great, player that he is, made a couple of, key shots, getting to the basket. Um, Same thing with Crowder. He made a couple of key shots as well. And that was it. I mean, they just made more shots at the end basically than we did. We got some good looks, and but their looks were better. If you really look at it, they had a couple of open layups, a couple of wide open shots, so they had better looks than we did, and they made them. They got to get a whole lot better defensively, individually as well as collectively, and that's been a problem all season long. So, they're young. Both of them are athletic enough, and they're both smart enough. They just got to get to the point where they take a little bit more pride in that end of the floor, and that's going to be big for us in moving forward. We got two home games left, I think. So I'm probably playing 30-something minutes both of those games as well. I know the fans would love to see him play 48, but that ain't gonna happen. But he's gonna play more minutes at home these last two home games, or I should say three with this included, than he's been getting the last month or two. Disappointed we didn't win the game. Was what? I really didn't think about it until after he dunked it. I'm just glad that, again, he came down and he was healthy and he was able to get back on defense. A lot of it's just inexperience. Then I would say probably another 25% is just technique. Um, the other, like you said, if I break it down, it's probably 15% of it is just knowledge of understanding who they're playing and their strengths and their weaknesses and what we want to do on that end of the floor against those guys. The least amount of that is effort. I don't think that's the problem. It's the problem as far as not understanding the coverages or not applying them against certain guys, not being able to get over and through screens at times. So a lot of little things that they just got to get better, and a lot of that will come with experience.
B, did you feel the young bloods were feeling the extra juice in the house with Lakers Celtics?
I don't know if they did, but number 24 did. Like I said before the game, I don't think they understand the magnitude of this rivalry, and this is probably the first game in a while that KB was dead serious for the whole game. I mean, if you guys were watching his body language, if you were watching his facial expressions, he wasn't joking around tonight. He wasn't, smiling with other opponents. He wasn't talking a lot. He understands this series, so obviously he wanted to win this one badly. I don't know if other guys understand this, and hopefully in time they will. I didn't know we got a standing ovation. Um, yeah, probably so. I mean, like I said, I didn't hear it when I was walking off the court. But the one thing I do know is we got great fans. And I think our fans understand the last, 2 years have been tough. And they're hanging in there just like we are. And we know this is going to turn around. So I think they're just showing their appreciation for tonight, especially for a team that went out and played pretty hard. I thought the first quarter, for the most part, we didn't come ready, and it took us a while to get going, which is a bad thing that we've been doing all season long. I kind of equate it to a boxing match. And that's what I asked guys at halftime. I said, how many of you guys have been in a real fist fight? Seriously. Well, I just asked them, just guys, a bunch of guys raised their hands. And then the question was, okay, in that fist fight, how many times did you just stand there and let him punch you in your face before you got ready to fight? Same thing in basketball. You can't come out and say, all right, I'm going to take the first 7, 8 punches, because most of the time the fight might be over. And our guys got to realize when you step on the court to start the game, it can't be, let me get warmed up or let me get loose, especially against good teams. Yeah, the last 2 games, yes, absolutely. But again, we want to try to build on it to the next 6 games going into next year, and that's what we're going to try to do. Well, that's the plan right now, and I've talked to both of those guys about that. Now, in case something crazy happens, they'll be available and ready to play. But right now, I'm gonna stick with stick with Tarek coming in and playing more minutes, and I'm gonna stick with a 3 guard rotation for a little while. I need somebody out there with a sense of understanding on the offense end to run the offense, especially with the 2 younger guys out there. Playing with the road games are basically back to his normal minutes. Rest. 3 days of good rest. It kind of that can rejuvenate your body in a heartbeat. And I think with him, he just needed, a few more days, just to get his body back in order and get ready to play. No, like I said, he wants to play in all 6 of these games that are remaining, and that's what I, plan on doing. Now, as far as the back-to-back is concerned, minute-wise, I might, taper that back a little bit. But until he doesn't feel good like he did the 1 game, the plan is the plan. All right, thank you.